Hello Destiny Busy Moms, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Sandra and it's nice to have you here. So if you haven't seen my last video, I think you should check it out because today's video is an update. I remember telling you in the last video that I'll be giving you some tips on how to live intentionally. So this year, the word that the Lord gave me for the year is focus, build and grow, and then slow living. And so in my life personally, and just in ministry, in business, and in everything pertaining to my life, Destiny Busy Moms, just everything that concerns me, really, that's what you'll be seeing around me this year by God's grace. So I hope you also have a word for the year that will be guiding your actions and your just basically everything that concerns you this year, because that's the best way to live intentionally. But today, having said all that, today I'm going to be giving you some tips on how I plan to live intentionally this year and how you can also live intentionally this year. And basically living intentionally is just living that life, that best life that God has in mind for you, not the mediocre life, not the status quo life, not the settling for less or settling for nothing kind of life, but the best life that God has in mind for us to live. Just living that life out every single day. And so I'll be giving you some tips on how to do this. If you're interested in this kind of content and just basically every other mom content that focuses or that just centers on living intentionally, please feel free to subscribe. Invite other moms to also subscribe. Share this video with other moms. Watch my previous videos so you can have an idea of what the platform is all about. Visit my other social media platforms and I'll be glad to have you around as family. Be blessed and stay tuned as okay. So I forgot to say that I'll also be driving because I'm going to pick the kids from school. Somebody else is in the car, the baby of the house. She hasn't started school yet, but she's like following me everywhere, at this time of her life. So feel free to just enjoy the ride while I give you the tips that I talked about on how to live intentionally. Stay tuned. Alright moms, welcome back. So please pardon me because this video, I'm so sure, is going to be a car vlog, because I hope that I'm able to be done with this video by the time I pick up the kids and before we get home. So just like I was saying as I introduced the topic, living intentionally is so very important. Just in case you are new to the concept, it's just basically living your best life every day, living that best life that God has for you every single day. Wanting, you have that best life in mind, so you're doing everything you can every single day, just to attain it, right? And so I feel if you're like me, for instance, you might think that living intentionally is going to be a once, like a one-time thing, as in it just happens. You just want it to happen like instantly, but it might not happen like that. In fact, I don't think it can happen like that. If you've ever read James Clear's book on Atomic Habits, and that's the book that I'm reading this quarter. I plan to start as soon as I can, but from what I've read about it or what I've heard about the book, one of the very important ways to live intentionally, in fact the very first thing you want to do or you want to be doing, is just those tiny habits that you think you can include in your daily life, in your daily routine, to help you live an intentional life on a daily basis. Those little inclusions that you feel don't matter but will actually help you in the long run to achieve or attain that best life that God has in mind for you. So basically the first thing that I would say would help you as my number one tip right now that will help you in living an intentional life this year is choosing to just live life one day at a time. I'll put it like that. But what I actually mean is those little things that you can do on a daily basis to help you live intentionally. Include them in your routine, include them in your daily life. And in the long run, it becomes that big change that you have been yearning for, that your heart yearns for, right? So, just start small. Don't be, pardon me. Yes, baby. Yes. So don't be impatient, or don't be so anxious as to wanting to achieve, success overnight. I heard a preacher of the gospel say once, or even multiple times, that one's life, a successful life, really is an accumulation of just little things that the person has been doing on a daily basis that eventually amounted to that big thing that everyone sees and everyone feels, oh, this person is successful, but really the person has been putting in little efforts per time, and that's the important thing. So the second thing you want to do this year to help you live intentionally is to look inwards. So many people want to live intentionally, or they feel that they can actually live the best life that that they can, or that they feel they should, but without looking inwards, you might not be able to live an intentional life. And I'll tell you why that is. When you look inwards, you're looking into your own self, you're studying yourself, you're looking into your life and trying to get what you're good at. You're trying to study yourself to know what you're good at, what you're graced at, what you're talented at, and all that, so that you can function well instead of struggling to function in capacities where you don't have strength or where you are not graced. So it's very important this year to work towards looking inwards, accepting criticisms, but not in such a way that you don't believe in yourself anymore. No, constructive criticisms. Be open to ideas, that will help you be better, or that will help you be a better person. That's really the aim, to live that best life, that better life that God has in stock for us. So be open to criticisms, be open to even on the spiritual level too, on every level. Just be open on an educational level, intellectual level, every level. Be open in your business. Be open to ideas that are new to you. Don't stick to status quo, and don't think that there's nothing new under the sun. Yes, there might be nothing new under the sun, but to you and to that business, and just in anything you might be doing, you might have not seen everything yet that there is to see. So be open to ideas, new ideas, criticisms, and just basically everything that will make you become a better person and live the better life that God has in stock for you. So the third thing you want to do this year to help you live an intentional life is to be prayerful about everything. Pray about everything. There's only little that we can do in our physical capacities, because there are so many things in this world. There are so many things we're going through right now. The world is changing, is metamorphosing, and there are just so many things that we can't use our human capacity to understand. So this year, be proactive about everything that comes your way. Don't be caught unawares. Be spiritual. Choose to be led by the Spirit this year. Choose to trust God for everything. Wait on Him for everything, and just see God manifest Himself in your life in dimensions that you never even expected. Because once you are able to switch to the supernatural, trust me, issues are resolved. Things are things happen on a level that you can't even explain. So this year, one of the tips I'll give you to help you live intentionally is to be prayerful about everything. Never worry about anything, just pray about every single thing. So I just picked the kids and I'm ready to drive off back home, and I'm ready to also give you the fourth tip. So the fourth tip for living an intentional life this year is to live with purpose in mind. So many people live without a why, as in WHY. They live without a reason for living. Everyone thinks, or most people think, that we're all living this life, we're all in this life together, so what's so special about it? But no. The intentional mom has a reason, and she knows that reason for living. And the only way you can find your reason for living, or the only way you can know the reason for living, which is peculiar to you, is when you draw closer to God and you fellowship with God, and you just enjoy communion with him, and you somehow along the way you're able to realize that I'm made for something, I'm created for something, and he drops it in your spirit, or maybe via his word, or just maybe he could speak it through someone that might be close to you, or not even so close, but the Holy Spirit just convicts you. He just tells you, and you know that this is just the reason why God created me, and this is the purpose that he has for me in mind to fulfill, right? So when you know your why, it guides your decisions, it guides your actions, it guides everything that concerns you, right? And you don't live the way people live. There is no competition with anybody. You strive to get better at what you do because of your why, and not because of what someone else is doing, or trying to live by someone else's standards. Okay, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So if you haven't still known your why, it's not late. We are still in the third week in January. It's still not late to ask God, to draw closer to God, and to inquire of him. He says that if you inquire of him, he will speak to you. He will let you know his desires for you. And when you walk in his desires for you, you live an intentional and a fulfilled life. Mr. Gospel, good afternoon, sir. I said good afternoon, sir.
How you doing?
Fine, no.
Bye-bye.
I'll go in now. So, the very last tip I have for you to help you live intentionally this year, which I am also doing, is intentionality is not perfection. So don't beat yourself when you feel you're not doing well. In fact, if you were perfect, you wouldn't be striving to live intentionally, right? So the reason why we strive to live intentionally is so that we can attain perfection, which means we aren't yet perfect. We're just striving towards perfection. So never ever beat yourself up over anything, any failure, any setback, any just any negative happenings around you. Take it as an avenue to learn the lessons along the way that will help you even live a more intentional life. So be grateful for the victories, the small wins, and just embrace life. For me, that's for those that have been following the channel or have been following me since for a while, or just basically since my last video where I told you about my word for the year. And I remember I also said it at the beginning of this video. For me, that's the aspect of slow living, embracing life, and just being happy per time, for the little victories, for the small wins, not beating myself up because I couldn't achieve my set goals for the year. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't do my best. It doesn't mean you shouldn't do your best or give your best to life. or to achieving that best life that you have in mind, or that God has in mind for us. But it means that even when you do your best, still know that it's God that gives the best. You know, it's God that gives, that crowns your efforts with great success. So having said all that, I've come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure you were blessed as I was while preparing for this video, and even as I was delivering, I know that God was also ministering to me, and he's also encouraging you out there as moms to aspire for a better life, and just, you know, to be intentional about everything. Intentional about your kids, about your husband, about your homes, about your jobs and careers, about everything. You can actually live that best life that God has in stock for you. So never ever feel that, you know, you have to settle for anything or for less than what God expects of you. No, you can actually have that best life, and I'll be there, you'll be there. We'll be cheering ourselves on when we are actually up there attaining that best life that God has in stock for us by his grace. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like this video. Please share with other moms, because I'm sure they will be blessed too, just as you have been blessed. And you know, remember to follow my other social media platforms. I also have a club for moms. It's called Destiny Busy Moms Club, but it's on Telegram. So if you want to join us over there, you have to have a Telegram enabled phone. Please search for Destiny Busy Moms Club and feel free to join us. So basically what we'll be doing there is different challenges, praying together, studying together, you know, just everything that we can just do to help one another to live this intentional life. And I'm sure you'll be interested in that. So we await you, and we would love you to join us over there. God bless you. Thank you for watching. Stay blessed until our next video.